जी साहब, अस्सलाम वालेकुम वरहमतुल्लाहि वबरकातुहू। उम्मीद करती हूँ कि आप तमाम खैरियत से होंगे। एक और एपिसोड के साथ हम आरिफा मुज़फ़्फ़र आपके साथ।
जी अस्सलाम वालेकुम वरहमतुल्लाहि वबरकातुहू। साज़ो-आवाज़ आप इस वक्त वॉच कर रहे हैं और रोज़ाना इसी वक्त पे, क्योंकि हमारी टाइमिंग चेंज हो जाएंगे, तो इसी वक्त पे आप साज़ो-आवाज़ देखते हैं। अपने दोस्त अहबाब से भी कहिए कि वो भी साज़ो-आवाज़ को वॉच किया करें।
टोरंटो बहुत खूबसूरत जगह है। यहाँ पर वेरी वेल सेटल्ड, हाईली क्वालिफाइड, वेरी एजुकेटेड और प्रोफेशनल्स मौजूद हैं। हमारा यहाँ का एक इदारा है, कनाडा पाकिस्तान बिज़नेस काउंसिल। उनका 3rd गाला हुआ। नॉर्मली हम आपकी मुलाकात यहीं स्टूडियो में किसी से करवाया करते हैं। अब हमारी कोशिश होगी कि हम टोरंटो के गिरदो नवाह में जो हमारे मुख्तलिफ इवेंट्स होते हैं, हम आपको वहाँ पर भी लेके चलें।
कनाडा पाकिस्तान बिज़नेस काउंसिल, कनाडा पाकिस्तान बिज़नेस काउंसिल जो है, न सिर्फ ये कि इसने पाकिस्तान और कनाडा के ताल्लुकात को बहुत मजबूत किया, मगर इनका किरदार कि ये बिज़नेस पाकिस्तान और कनाडा के बिज़नेस को बहुत ज़्यादा मजबूत कराया इसने। इन्हीं का एक एनुअल गाला हुआ है यहाँ पर टोरंटो में, और उस गाले में हम भी मौजूद थे। और यहाँ पर बहुत सारे कनाडा के और दुनिया भर के डिग्नेटरीज़ ने यहाँ पर हिस्सा लिया और इनको मुबारकबाद दी। तो चलिए हम आपको लिए चलते हैं समीर डोसल साहब, प्रेसिडेंट कनाडा पाकिस्तान बिजनेस काउंसिल के, उन्होंने क्या कहा।
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the Board of Directors and Advisors of the Canada-Pakistan Business Council, I would like to thank you all for joining us as we celebrate our 33rd anniversary Gala and Awards night. I would like to start by congratulating the Liberal government of Prime Minister Justin Trudeau and our chief guest, the Federal Minister of Immigration, Refugees and Citizenship, Honorable John McCallum. What an amazing achievement that an election promise of 25,000 Syrian refugees to be involved and to settle. The government has far exceeded that. What a phenomenal achievement. That's the Canadian thing to do. Thank you very much. I would also like to take this opportunity to thank the Premier of Ontario, Honorable Kathleen Wynne, for establishing the Liberal Caucus Pakistan Friendship Group, which she announced with us on the Pakistan Day celebration. And I, on behalf of Canada-Pakistan Business Council, managed to attend it yesterday. I would like to assure the Premier and the members of the government that we are committed to supporting this and all other initiatives related to promotion of bilateral trade between Canada and Pakistan. Premier, I would once again like to highlight our Punjab Chief Minister's invitation to you to visit Pakistan. We are also delighted to have with us today Minister Raza Muridi, who has also been invited by National University of Science and Technology and the Punjab Education Minister to visit Pakistan. We'll hopefully make this happen. Now here is something which I really want to specify. I want to particularly acknowledge the extraordinary partnership that the Canada-Pakistan Business Council has received by the Consul General of Pakistan in Toronto, Mr. Asghar Ali Golo, who has supported us at every step of the way. Without his backing and commitment, we would not have been where we are today. He's a great human being, and what he has done to mobilize the community is exemplary. He will indeed be recognized later tonight. I would also like to mention a company and an individual. The company is TWI Food and the individual is Mr. Ali Gazalbash, the recipient of the Ontario Export Award this year. Please join me in congratulating them. Folks, for 33 years, the Canada-Pakistan Business Council has remained committed to promoting bilateral trade between Canada and Pakistan and beyond. We here at CPBC have created numerous opportunities to expand trade and investment and have been instrumental in organizing trade missions to and from Pakistan. Just 2 years ago, at our 31st annual gala, I had announced from this very podium that we needed to do more to promote trade between Canada and Pakistan, which at that time sat at $650 million. I am delighted to announce that the merchandise trade between Canada and Pakistan has, for the first time in recent history, has exceeded $1 billion. This is certainly an exciting development in our bilateral relationship and shows that we have a long way. We have come a long way. Last year and earlier this year, I had the opportunity of taking several delegations to Pakistan and visiting Pakistan. I had the opportunity of being invited by the Prime Minister to the Pakistan Investment Conference 2015, which opened up bilateral doors for us. I had the opportunity of meeting the person to follow, Mr. Michael Patrick Foley. He is the Chief Executive of Telenor Pakistan. That's not just it. He happens to be a Canadian working in Pakistan. And we are looking forward to hearing you speak, sir. Sign something in Europe, and we will continue to hear some exciting opportunities. There are a whole bunch of people in this hall today who represent the ICT sector, from the Constellation to the Indus system to CMA, to gentleman Dexter Salna, Adisoft, a whole bunch of people out there. And I'm really proud to say that a lot of activity is ongoing in the ICT sector. And having discussed this with my partner in the Ontario government, Mr. Akil Diaki, we have decided to convene a roundtable to see how we can sit together in Ontario and in Canada and how we can benefit amongst ourselves and to look at opportunities overseas as we promote Ontario and Canada. I also would like to mention one of our sponsors, National Food, as they are making Canada one of their hubs in this part of the world. You know, interestingly, every year we do try to recognize and make a small, humble token donation to different organizations as we move forward. This year, you will hear much from Daniel. Daniel has created sign language in Pakistan. It's called the Pakistan Sign Language. It's such an achievement. Daniel, the wonderful work that you do, I salute you, and I'm sure everybody will join me in that. So, as part of this, we will make a humble contribution towards your organization and towards Swatini Foundation and perhaps towards Rotary as we move forward. And all this will be routed most likely through ITRF. And I'm honored that we have a table full of people, including Zaid Jiva, our chair from ITRF. So thank you for your support. Pakistan has identified its energy sector as a priority and is seeking to attract foreign investment. Canada has proven expertise, as I mentioned, and several Canadian companies are already working. 2 I've already named. I'm privy to several others, and which is phenomenal. And we will continue to work. The last 12 months have been particularly eventful for CPBC. The CPBC has taken initiative to extend business opportunities beyond Canada and Pakistan. One such exciting initiative has been the signing of MOU with the Canada-Turkey Business Council to promote support and partnership between our business community here in Canada. CPBC also led a delegation to Pakistan initiated at the request of High Commission of Pakistan and the Council General the Chief Minister of Punjab hosted an interactive dinner event for the delegation, during which we had interactive discussions on how Ontario and Punjab can benefit. Honorable Patrick Brown, Leader of the Opposition, co-led the delegation. It was indeed an honor and a great experience for me. Thank you.
जी समीर भाई, सबसे पहले तो मुबारकबाद लीजिएगा, 33rd आपका ये गाला है, उसके बारे में।
बहुत शुक्रिया जी। बस शुरू है, वी आर एक्साइटेड। 33 years of contributing towards development of bilateral trade between Canada and Pakistan.
आपने
कड़ी है
बहुत ज़बरदस्त, इस दफ़ा आपने इस दफ़ा तो बड़ा ग्रैंड आपका ये वाला गाला है और यू हैव अचीव्ड अ लॉट।
जी शुक्रिया।
और थोड़ा सा पैगाम दे दीजिएगा हमारे नॉर्थ अमेरिका के व्यूअर्स के लिए।
भाई हमारा मैंडेट बेसिकली ये है टू प्रमोट बायलैटरल ट्रेड बिटवीन कनाडा एंड पाकिस्तान। हम समझते हैं कि यहाँ बैठे हुए हम उसको पैगाम को आगे बढ़ाते हैं कि बायलैटरल ट्रेड के साथ कनाडा, पाकिस्तान एंड बियॉन्ड, तो हम काफ़ी लोगों को साथ रखते हैं। आज की खुसूसी बात ये है कि हमारे फेडरल मिनिस्टर जॉन मैकालम साहब जो हैं वो हमारे चीफ गेस्ट हैं। डॉक्टर रज़ा मुरीदी जो हैं वो रिसर्च एंड इनोवेशन के मिनिस्टर हैं ऑन्टेरियो के, वो भी आए हुए हैं, वो भी बोलेंगे इंशाल्लाह। उनके साथ हमारा बहुत ही अच्छे रिलेशनशिप है। हमने उनको इन्विटेशन भी दी है टू विज़िट पाकिस्तान, प्रीमियर को भी दी है। और उसके अलावा एक ख़ास एक स्पीकर को हमने बुलाया है पाकिस्तान से, जो शायद लोग पहचानेंगे कि वो टेलीनॉर के चीफ एग्जीक्यूटिव ऑफिसर हैं।
सही।
ही इज़ वर्क्स इन पाकिस्तान, लेकिन वो कनेडियन हैं, सेंट जॉन्स में पैदा हुए हैं और पाकिस्तान में काम कर रहे हैं। और हमारी इनविटेशन पे ख़ास तौर पे मैंने कहा जी इससे बेहतर क्या हो सकता है कि मैं जितना कहूँ पाकिस्तान अच्छा, पाकिस्तान बिजनेस अपॉर्चुनिटीज़, क्यों ना इस जैसे बंदे से जो खुद काम करता है, ऑन द ग्राउंड बंदा बैठा हुआ है, सेकंड लार्जेस्ट सेल फोन कंपनी, टेक्नोलॉजी की कंपनी के बारे में कुछ बोलेगा, तो आप भी उसको कवर करेंगी मजीद
इंशाल्लाह, फॉर श्योर। आपका बहुत शुक्रिया, वी विश यू ऑल द बेस्ट। और आपने आज का वेन्यू भी बड़ा कमाल का पिक
जी,
किया।
बस शुक्रिया जी,
बहुत ज़बरदस्त। समीर दोस्त साहब, आपको बहुत शुक्रिया।
थैंक यू, बहुत शुक्रिया।
बहुत शुक्रिया।
Years ago, an elderly immigrant couple dreamed of serving the poor, feeding and educating needy children, supplying fresh water to people living in remote desert areas, providing disaster relief to the needy around the world. Since 1993, we've been serving people in need. Muslim Welfare Center. Service to humanity is service to Allah.
ਸਕਾਰਪੋਰੋ ਦੀ ਵਾਹਿਦ ਤੇ ਮਿਸਾਲੀ ਸੁਪਰਮਾਰਕੀਟ, ਬਟਾਲਾ ਸੁਪਰਮਾਰਕੀਟ, 200 ਮਾਰਕਮ ਰੋਡ, ਸਕਾਰਪੋਰੋ, ਮਾਰਕਮ ਰੋਡ ਤੇ ਐਗਲਿੰਟਨ ਦਾ ਸੰਗਮ। ਫੋਨ 4162643111। ਬਟਾਲਾ ਸੁਪਰਮਾਰਕੀਟ।
Years ago, an elderly immigrant couple dreamed of serving the poor, a halal food bank serving needy families, delivering food to the homeless, a free clinic for those without health coverage, a shelter for abused women and children. Since 1993, we've been serving people in need. Muslim Welfare Center. Service to humanity is service to Allah.
यहाँ पर काउंसिल जनरल ऑफ पाकिस्तान जनाब डॉक्टर असगर गोलू साहब भी मौजूद थे। अब तो माशाल्लाह उनकी तरक्की हो गई है और हम आपकी उन प्रोग्राम्स में भी आपको लेके जाएंगे जिसमें उनको फेयरवेल दी गई। आइए देखते हैं जनाब डॉक्टर असगर गोलू साहब क्या कहते हैं।
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum, a very good evening. For a very long journey, the most essential thing is first step. The first step that Mr. Farooq Gaw took about 30 years back has gone into a very huge and massive gala like this. I have seen CPBC growing from small gatherings to such a massive gathering today. I remember December 2012 when I came here and attended spousal evening, which was a gathering of few friends, and I think this all credit goes to Mr. Samir Dosul. Mr. Samir Dosul, you are an amazing person. I'll be very short and brief today, and as you know, I'm leaving back to Pakistan and then Ethiopia, inshallah, around next month, mid-July. I am taking away with me the love and warmth and that you gave to me, and it will remain with me and with my family for the years to come. And I request you to stay in touch with us, and we also pray for your prosperity and your better future. Thank you very much.
और भाजी एक शख्स जो हमसे बड़ा क्लोज है, हमसे मीन्स मेरी राइडिंग में है, और वो फेडरल मिनिस्टर ऑफ इमिग्रेशन ऑनरेबल जॉन मैककलम, मार्कम, द ग्रेट मार्कम के।
I know he is very close to you otherwise as well. तो फिर अगर इमिग्रेशन से कोई मैटर है तो
इमिग्रेशन का मैटर के लिए आप मेरे पास कांटेक्ट ना करें, मगर ये ज़रूर है कि ही इज़ अ वंडरफुल पर्सन,
John McCallum.
John McCallum. Let's see what he had to say.
Mr. Consul General, fellow elected representatives, ladies and gentlemen, assalamu alaikum, good evening, bonsoir. Great pleasure for me to be here with you tonight. And I would like to echo the words you already heard from our Prime Minister, Justin Trudeau, and to bring greetings and to congratulate you on hitting the $1 billion mark on trade, and also to add the point, there's still more work to be done. But I think Justin Trudeau is leading us to real change and to show the world that Canada is back. But I think as well we've done a few things in the area of immigration. I think it was the right thing in 4 short months to bring 25,000 people from a dire civil war across the country to Canada. And I thank your community for all the help you provided in that venture. And I think we are making progress. As of yesterday, 99% of the refugees have permanent housing, but there remains a lot of work to do on language and on jobs. But I also think we did the right thing in restoring health care to refugees, which we have done. And I think we did the right thing in revising the Citizenship Act, which will be voted on in the House next week, which reestablishes the point that there is only one class of Canadian, and a Canadian is a Canadian. But we also have more work to do. Probably our biggest commitment was to bring down processing times, which are extraordinarily too high. You don't change a battleship on a dime, but we are committed to do that and will do that, especially for family class members. We are also going to change the rules to attract the best and the brightest immigrants, and in particular, we're going to make it a whole lot easier for international students to become permanent residents of Canada. But I just want to say as well that the Pakistan connection has been important for me since becoming an MP 16 long years ago, mainly under initially especially the guidance of my friend Khalid Usman, but also of many others in this room over the years. So I congratulate CPBC once again for hitting the $1 billion mark. I congratulate your community for your extraordinary fundraising efforts for Markham's Global Hospital and coming up for the Fort McMurray disaster. You have done amazing efforts in that regard. And I congratulate Patrick Foley for exemplifying, as he says, what he and his company, what the real Pakistan is truly like. And I also recall meeting through your organization, the finance minister of Pakistan, who a couple of years ago visited Canada. And I was enormously impressed the virtues of doing business with Pakistan. So let me end by referring to Patrick Foley's comment about Justin Trudeau, our Prime Minister, leading a trade mission to Pakistan. I think that'd be a terrific idea. But I can't control what the Prime Minister does. I can mention that to him. And I may not have the right wardrobe. I certainly don't dance like a Punjabi, as apparently Justin Trudeau does. But I am hoping myself to go to Pakistan before the end of this year. That is a plan and a hope. It is not a 100% commitment, but I am working on it. And I would like to go there, partly because I've never been there, would like to see it. Partly because I think it's important for ministers to go there to strengthen our ties. But also because I'm immigration minister. And it's not an understatement to say that the speed and efficiency with which my department handles applications coming from Pakistan leaves something to be desired. So it might therefore be another good reason for me to go there. So I thank you for your invitation. A great pleasure for me to be here along with a good number of my colleagues. So I wish continuing progress for Canada-Pakistan trade and business ties. I think much has been achieved, much more remains to be done, and I can assure you that our government will work with your community to improve those business ties and trade relations. Thank you all very much.
यहीं पे मुलाकात हम आपकी करवाते हैं इम्तियाज़ सैयद साहब की से, जो कि वाइस प्रेसिडेंट है साउथ एशियन एंड मिडल ईस्टर्न मार्केट रॉयल बैंक से वाबस्ता हैं। आइए देखते हैं वो क्या कहते हैं। आज कनाडा पाकिस्तान बिज़नेस एसोसिएशन के इस गाला में हमारे अगले बहुत मोहतरम मेहमान रॉयल बैंक से जनाब इम्तियाज़ सैयद साहब, जो कि वाइस प्रेसिडेंट हैं। सर खुश आमदीद।
शुक्रिया, बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया।
33rd अचीवमेंट 33rd गाला है ये वाला, और जो कनाडा पाकिस्तान बिजनेस एसोसिएशन है, दे हैव अचीव्ड अ लॉट।
They have definitely. We've been involved as a bank since almost 17 years, and we've been an official sponsor for 14. So when the council moved from Ottawa to Toronto, we were involved right from the start. So the growth has been very good. So the community has grown, businesses have grown, so it reflects that growth. And we're very happy to support it. And of course, Samir Dosal and his team have done an exceptional job in raising the profile of the Pakistani community as well as CPBC by promoting trade between Canada and Pakistan.
सर बहुत बड़ी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है, जैसे आपने कहा कि रेजिंग द प्रोफाइल ऑफ पाकिस्तानी कम्युनिटी। यहाँ पे आपकी मुलाकात होती है, बेशुमार पाकिस्तान से बिज़नेस क्लास में लोग आते हैं, तो क्या रॉयल बैंक न्यू जो बिज़नेस क्लास से एंटरप्रेन्योर वीज़ा पे आते हैं, तो रॉयल बैंक उनके साथ आगे खड़ा होता है फॉर?
We've got a number of examples जो पिछले 15-20 साल में लोग जो छोटे छोटे बिगिनिंग्स में शुरू किए थे, and now they have grown to a point where they are now big commercial businesses. So like anything in life, you need to have partners, you need support. So depending on the individual circumstances, so we work with entrepreneurs as well as newcomers in general.
सही। सर अभी पिछले दिनों आपका इंडिया जाने का भी आप गए और बहुत सारे मेमोरेंडम ऑफ अंडरस्टैंडिंग साइन भी हुए। क्या पाकिस्तान में भी आपने इस लिहाज से कोई विज़िट की एज रॉयल बैंक?
मैं पाकिस्तान सिंस 2001 ऑलमोस्ट 12 दफ़ा जा चुका। सो आउट ऑफ द 12 ट्रिप्स में मेरे ख्याल में 5 या 6 CPBC के साथ हुए। तो उस हवाले से काफ़ी कॉन्टैक्ट्स, नेटवर्क्स एक्सेट्रा हुई लोगों के साथ, और कुछ लोग इधर भी आए। वी ऑलवेज ट्राई टू हेल्प देम, सो इट्स बीन अ गुड पार्टनरशिप फ्रॉम दैट पर्सपेक्टिव।
बहुत शुक्रिया आपके टाइम पर। एनी मैसेज फॉर पाकिस्तानीज़?
Well, it's a proud moment. The CPBC's 33rd anniversary today, and I'm sure जो लोगों को recognition will be here for their achievements. It's a proud moment for the entire community.
Sir, thank you very much.
Years ago, an elderly immigrant couple dreamed of serving the poor, feeding and educating needy children, supplying fresh water to people living in remote desert areas, providing disaster relief to the needy around the world. Since 1993, we've been serving people in need. Muslim Welfare Center. Service to humanity is service to Allah.
स्कारपोरो दी वाहिद ते मिसाली सुपरमार्केट बटाला सुपरमार्केट 200 मार्कम रोड स्कारपोरो मार्कम रोड ते एग्लिंटन दा संगम फोन 4162643111 बटाला सुपरमार्केट.
Years ago, an elderly immigrant couple dreamed of serving the poor, a halal food bank serving needy families, delivering food to the homeless, a free clinic for those without health coverage, a shelter for abused women and children. Since 1993, we've been serving people in need. Muslim Welfare Center. Service to humanity is service to Allah.
अरविंद जी एक और मिनिस्टर है हमारे अपने ऑनरेबल रज़ा मुरीदी साहब. जब भी मैंने इनको इंट्रोड्यूस किया तो मुझे इनका पोर्टफोलियो सामने रखना पड़ता है क्योंकि अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह इनको इतनी ज़्यादा पोर्टफोलियोज दे दिए गए हैं. देखें अब खुद ही आप देखें, मिनिस्टर ऑफ ट्रेनिंग, मिनिस्टर ऑफ रिसर्च इनोवेशन, कॉलेजेस एंड यूनिवर्सिटीज़, ऑनरेबल रज़ा मुरीदी. मैं याद तो कभी नहीं कर सकता ये इतनी सारी मिनिस्ट्रीज़, मगर
उम्र का
तकाज़ा है. आइए ले चलते हैं आपको जनाब रज़ा मुरीदी के पास. देखिए वो क्या कहते हैं.
I am so pleased and honored to be called honorary Pakistani, and this is a great honor. And indeed, I promise that I'm going to learn Urdu. I was so proud to listen to the national anthem many times, of course, in similar events, and I was able to recognize so many words. And when we say Pakistan Zindabad, that is quite understandable to me, because Zindabad we also in Farsi we say Zindabad. So Pakistan Zindabad, Canada Zindabad, Ontario Zindabad. And thank you again very much. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum, marhaba, ya Ali Manat, ladies and gentlemen. It's truly a great pleasure to be here this evening, to be a part of this wonderful celebration of the 33 years of Canada-Pakistan Business Council anniversary and gala, which we attend almost every year. And I would like to begin by acknowledging my colleagues, the Honorable John McCallum, MP Rasmin Gatanzi, MP Rob Oliphant, and the list is a little bit long, and MP Iqra Khalid, MP Salma Zahir, and of course MPP Dr. Shafiq Khatri, who is the Parliamentary Secretary for the Premier of Ontario, and His Worship Dave Barrow, and I believe Her Worship Linda Jeffrey will be here, or maybe she's already here. And indeed, from the Diplomatic Corps, His Excellency Consul General Andres Gargudu, Her Excellency Consul General Nafisa Langerian of Afghanistan. I can speak Farsi with her. And His Excellency Erdenis Shan of Turkey, and His Excellency Mohammad Johar from Sri Lanka. And I would like to acknowledge my dear friend and a former colleague and two Richmondians, the Honorable Brian Wilfred, who is the chair of Canada-Pakistan Business Council, and indeed Mr. Sami Dosal, president of Canada-Pakistan Business Council. Canada-Pakistan Business Council, as you all know, have been working very hard over the years to bring Pakistan and Ontario close in terms of business, culture, and the potential is enormous for two jurisdictions to expand and also to utilize the potential which exists both in Pakistan and as well as in Ontario. There are about 110,000 Canadians of Pakistani origin living in Ontario. And indeed, Pakistan, with a wealth of experience and expertise and the potential in human resources, is a great partner for our country, Canada, and for our province of Ontario. There are so many areas we can expand our collaboration, including information communications technology, life sciences, infrastructure, and many more. When I arrived this evening, many people asked me, when are you going to go to Pakistan? And my answer was, that is a dream of my life. That's a dream of my life, and I hope that that dream will come true in the near future. I would like to visit the city of Allama Iqbal for sure. That would be a great dream. And indeed, Islamabad, Karachi, and other cities in Pakistan. So I hope that that dream will come true in the near future, and if it does, then I certainly will work closely with Samir and Canada-Pakistan Business Council to make sure that we will have a very productive trip to Pakistan, and indeed my dear colleague Dr. Qadri will be helping me out. So again, I want to thank Samir and all colleagues here for inviting me to be a part of this celebration, and I wish you all the best as we move forward and we work together, as Samir alluded to that. So thank you very much. Shukran.
Welcome to Aaj TV again, and it's definitely an honor for me to be speaking with Mr. Reza Muridi, Honorable Reza Muridi, who is so many portfolios, sometimes I forget कि कौन सा portfolio उनके पास है, and he is the Ministry of Research and Innovation, Ministry of Training, Colleges and Universities. Man, oh man, they gave you all the portfolios.
Well, it's a big responsibility. That's true. Yes. Sometimes somebody said, "No, you're minister for 5 ministries." So I started counting: training, colleges, universities, research and innovation. So it makes 5 ministries. But in fact, there are 2 ministries. Yes.
Under your ministry, of course, Liberal government came out with free education for universities. How do you feel about that?
Well, that is, I feel very, very good. I mean, February 25th, when we passed the budget, was one of my best days in politics. Because in that budget, the budget of 2016, we managed to bring free tuition, free education for colleges and university students, those students who are coming from low income and the middle income families. So that was a great progress we made last February in the budget 2016.
What else is coming in the pipes?
Well, you know, we're still working very hard to make sure that the quality of education in our universities and the colleges are top of the notch in the world, and also in terms of research and innovation, we are doing our best to make sure that our researchers, they have the tools they need to make inventions, innovations, and they bring those inventions and innovations to the marketplace. In various areas, you may know that Ontario is one of the leaders in the world, including in information communication technologies, in clean technologies, in life sciences. These are some of the areas that we are leading the world, and we should keep our first-class institutions in place.
Let's talk about quickly about today's gala. What do you think of today's gala, and how do we participating in there?
Well, this evening we are here to celebrate the 33rd anniversary of Canada-Pakistan Business Council's Gala. This is a wonderful event, and you can see that at least I think 1,000 people are gathered here to participate in this gala. And the Canada-Pakistan Business Council, they are doing an excellent job in bringing Canada-Pakistan together in terms of business, culture, and also trade, of course. And our trade with Pakistan now is about $1 billion a year, which is a significant figure, and the capacity is quite significant. We can easily double this figure in the next maybe 10 years.
Okay, as a Pakistani, I just want to ask you one quick question about when are you planning to go to Pakistan?
Well, going to Pakistan and visiting Pakistan is my dream. I would like to visit the city of Allama Iqbal in Lahore, of course. And indeed, I would like to visit Karachi and Islamabad and other parts of Pakistan. So I hope I'll do this in the future.
I'll be there with you. We went to India. We missed you there. We went with Premier Kathleen Wynne. You weren't there at that time, but when you go to Pakistan, I'll definitely be accompanying with you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for your time, okay? Thank you so much.
Years ago, an elderly immigrant couple dreamed of serving the poor, feeding and educating needy children, supplying fresh water to people living in remote desert areas, providing disaster relief to the needy around the world. Since 1993, we've been serving people in need. Muslim Welfare Center. Service to humanity is service to Allah.
स्कारपोरो दी वाहिद ते मिसाली सुपरमार्केट बटाला सुपरमार्केट 200 मार्कम रोड स्कारपोरो मार्कम रोड ते एग्लिंटन दा संगम फोन 4162643111 बटाला सुपरमार्केट.
Years ago, an elderly immigrant couple dreamed of serving the poor, a halal food bank serving needy families, delivering food to the homeless, a free clinic for those without health coverage, a shelter for abused women and children. Since 1993, we've been serving people in need. Muslim Welfare Center. Service to humanity is service to Allah.
बहुत से लोगों से मिलना बहुत अच्छा भी लगता है, बल्कि बहुत अच्छा लगता है, और बहुत से लोगों से मिलके हम उस महफ़िल को बुरा तो नहीं कह सकते, हम उस महफ़िल को छोड़ना ज़रूर पसंद करते हैं. अपने वतन से मोहब्बत की मैं बात करना चाहूँगी. इसी गाला में हमारी मुलाकात हुई टेलीनोर के जनाब माइकल फोले से. माइकल फोले बुनियादी तौर पर कनेडियन है, वो आपको खुद ही बताएंगे. यहीं से पढ़े लिखे और पाकिस्तान जाके सेटल हुए. टेलीनोर कंपनी है जिसको रन करते हैं. अराउंड 37,000 के करीब एम्प्लॉइज़ हैं. और आप देखिएगा कि बाज़ औक़ात हम खुद अपने घर की बातों को नेगेटिवली करते हैं. मगर माइकल फोले यहाँ से जाके वहाँ आबाद हुए हैं. जॉब अपॉर्चुनिटीज़ के मौक़े उन्होंने वहाँ के लोगों के पैदा किए हैं. एंड इतना स्ट्रांगली उन्होंने इमिग्रेशन मिनिस्टर को भी कहा और गवर्नमेंट को भी उन्होंने कहा कि आप पाकिस्तान के रास्तों को खोलें. हम आम लोग बाज़ औक़ात अपने रास्ते में कांटे बोते हैं. और माइकल फोले इस गाला को अटेंड करने के लिए, एंड ही सेड कि मैं पाकिस्तान को करीब से देखा है, देख रहा हूँ. इतना खूबसूरत मुल्क है, इतनी अपॉर्चुनिटीज़ है. He specially came to attend this gala only for 50 hours. Yes. Because he's very committed in Pakistan. तो आइए देखते हैं माइकल फोले को. मेरे बहुत से भाई बहन पाकिस्तान के बारे में नेगेटिव बात किया करते होते हैं, और फिर वो ये भी कहते हैं कि एग्री टू डिसएग्री की बात करते हैं, और फिर वो ये भी कहा करते होते हैं कि हम तो उस वतन से मोहब्बत करते हैं इसलिए हम उसकी बुराई कर रहे हैं. मज़ा तो फिर है कि इस काबिल हों कि हम उस मुल्क में जाएं, रिसोर्सेज पैदा करें, और फिर 50-50 घंटे के लिए निकल के उस मुल्क की आके लोगों को तारीफ़ बताएं कि व्हाट इज़ दैट.
हकीकत बताएं.
हकीकत बताएं.
हकीकत बताएं.
आइए सुनिए माइकल फोले को. टेलीनोर के रूहे रवां हैं, एंड ही इज़ बुनियादी तौर पर ही इज़ कनेडियन.
Yes, he is Canadian, but he is residing in Pakistan right now. Let's see what he has to say.
The Honourable John McCallum, Minister of Immigration, Refugees and Citizenship, Consul General Golo, members of the Diplomatic Corps, distinguished federal, provincial, municipal legislators, the Chairman, President and Board of the CPBC, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, Mesdames et Messieurs, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Good evening et bonsoir. I want to spend the next few minutes talking to you about the Pakistan we never see in the news, a place that is remarkably different than the image of the country many of us in the West have developed over the last few years. But first, I want to thank the Canada-Pakistan Business Council, their officers and members for inviting me to this wonderful evening. I particularly want to thank Senator Basal, a true force of nature. It's practically impossible to say no to you, and nobody ever wants to disappoint you, sir. And I'm very grateful for the invitation that you extended. I want to commend the CPBC for their admirable work in fostering closer ties between the countries. The company I work for, Telenor Pakistan, has been operating in the country for 11 years. We've invested in Canadian dollars about $4.5 billion in the country, and we serve 37 million telephony subscribers. We also serve 21 million banking customers through our financial inclusion program, Easy Pesa, people who otherwise would not have access to financial services. In total, we have 5,300 employees in the country. All of them are taxpayers. All but 3 are Pakistani nationals. There are 2 Norwegians and 1 Canadian. This is the largest European foreign investment in Pakistan, forms part of the Telenor Group, a Norwegian company which itself operates in 13 countries with 210 million customers and 35,000 employees. The Pakistan I work in, the Pakistan Maureen, my wife and I have discovered, is a very, very different place than what is depicted in CNN and in the Western media. This is a complex, multi-layered society that has endured much more than its fair share of setbacks and hardship. If I was to pick one word amongst the dozens I could use to describe my love for Pakistan, it would be resilient. The image, the economy, the reputation, the culture and faith of Pakistan have been darkened by foreign meddling, decades of political mismanagement, natural calamities, and more recently, it has been only temporarily hijacked by small bands of violent, criminal, apostate thugs. This miscreants represent the smallest, most infinitesimally small percentage of the population of Pakistan and are categorically rejected by a correspondingly large and immense percentage of very good people who want to live their lives, educate their children, build a business, and exist in peace and harmony with their neighbors in Pakistan, as envisioned by Allama Iqbal and Qaid-e-Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah. I am conscious of the challenges of investing and running a business in Pakistan. We have 220,000 retail points of sale and 96,000 financial services agents. There are tons of challenges working in Pakistan, but the good news, and that's what I'm going to focus on, is that things are changing, have changed, and are changing at an ever increasingly rapid pace. And let me be specific about this. Over the last 2 years, there has been an explosion in telecommunications, with 3G and 4G finally available. And we will have connected, in the first 24 months of broadband availability, the equivalent of the population of Canada to these services. The World Bank and the International Monetary Fund have praised the new stability of the Pakistani economy. Rating agencies Fitch, Moody's, Standard & Poor's have all upgraded Pakistan's debt rating. This will allow Pakistan greater independence in funding its needed growth. Foreign reserves are greater than they have ever been. The rupee is pretty stable, and inflation rates have dropped materially. There is an expectation now that NCCI will be upgrading Pakistani's economy from frontier status to emerging status, and this will make the country eligible for investments from a whole new class of investors. The level of violence in the country has very significantly decreased since the end of 2014. Let's be clear, it's still a challenge. forces and the government are resolved to solve this issue. We biometrically verified 120 million SIM card holders as part of the National Action Plan in 100 days. 5 countries, 5 phone companies, every law and order agency in the country came together to do something that has never, ever even been attempted anywhere else in the world. And that was a clear contribution to the security of the country. There is a large emerging middle class in Pakistan whose size is in the range of 60 million people. There is a rapidly improving infrastructure, and there is visibility now, credible visibility, to a time where energy generation and production will meet the growing industrial and consumer needs of an expanding economy. The Business Confidence Index, which is published by the independent Overseas Investors Chamber of Commerce and Industry of Pakistan, has literally shot through the roof in the last 18 months. Foreign investment has now restarted with a massive investment from China and the development of an economic corridor from the port of Gwadar through the country, through the great mountain ranges of the north into Western China. And there is much more coming from other countries. So, what's the call to action to you? Where do we go from here? Pakistan is an incredible place. I have got the best job in the world working with the best people, but the country is clearly not out of the woods. I would suggest 2 things. The narrative of Pakistan as a failed or failing state has to be reversed. This will take time and effort. The brand of Pakistan is deeply impaired. Now, respectfully, we expect our diplomats and our politicians to carry the message that Pakistan is a place to invest. But in fact, it's the business community and largely the diaspora that have the credibility in their hands, in your hands, to change the dialogue. To be honest, there are far too many people making far too much money, and unfortunately many of them are Pakistanis, who don't look deeper than the headlines, who keep in mind their preconceived notions, and who spend far too much time telling anyone and everyone that wants to listen that Pakistan is unfit for anything, let alone invest. Well, let me tell you from experience, from observation, from living it every day, the reality is far different. The reality is when you look beyond the headlines and you assess the bottom line, Pakistan is an uncrowded, open, attractive market for investment, and it's up to us, the business community, to recapture that narrative. Second, and only slightly tongue-in-cheek, it is really, really awesome as a McGill graduate to have the former Dean of the Faculty of Arts, now Honorable Minister McCallum, with us tonight. Sir, as you know as well, or perhaps even better than all, Canadian values, our identity and brand, carry a great deal of weight around the world. As an expatriate Canadian, I can't tell you how proud I am of the changes I've seen in the last few months. Canada is back. Our unique culture, our unique ability to blend pride and enthusiasms and our values with humility and respect, that's a Canadian thing. Enthusiasm and humility at the same time, that's a Canadian thing. Well, that attitude, Minister, can change, well, it can change everything. Pakistan is at a crossroads and is working very, very hard to regain its just place in the global economy and in the community of nations. And Pakistan needs a leg up. And that is something Canadians are very, very good at. Now, economically, we don't want to be left behind. Other Western interests, such as the Danes, are closing their aid sections and are opening trade delegations. So, sir, I hope I'm not breaking protocol too badly here, but I think the Prime Minister should consider leading a large trade mission to Pakistan next year. It's a very serious business opportunity, and it's a unique opportunity for us to show our compassionate and our pure Canadian leadership. It would be a great value to both Canada, Canada's business, and to Pakistan. And besides, the Prime Minister already has the wardrobe, and he dances like a Punjabi.
Mike, just for our viewership right there, would you tell us what you do?
Well, for the last 2 years, I've had the immense privilege with my family to live in Pakistan, and I run this incredible organization with my team called Telenor. Telenor is a Norwegian company, and we are a large mobile services operator and a bank in Pakistan. We have 5,300 employees. We have 37 million mobile customers, and of our 5,300 employees, every single one of them is a Pakistani national except for 3. There's 2 Norwegians and 1 Canadian. So it's a fantastic Pakistani success story. And it's proof that, you know, what people see on CNN and on the Western media is a very biased and inaccurate view of the reality and the potential of Pakistan for business and investment.
Great, and now one thing I heard about, and I want everybody to listen it very carefully. हम बैठ के अपने मुल्कों की बुराई करते होते हैं, and I think Sameer Dosal, he brought somebody great today on this television that you are here. So you studied here, you stayed here. How long you been in Pakistan?
We've been in Pakistan for 2 years, and you know, I'm Canadian. And you know, we have the ability to be very enthusiastic and to be very humble at the same time. So when you say somebody great, I have a great opportunity. I have the most incredible management team I've ever worked with, and I've been working for 35 years. So the greatness is really about the company, the team, and what we're able to accomplish together in Pakistan. And again, I think the untold truth is the fact that Pakistan is not what you see on TV. It's not what you see on Homeland. It's not what you see on CNN. It's a much more diverse and complex and wonderful place with 5,000 years of history. And yes, lots of challenges, but the place is changing quickly. And it is an uncrowded, interesting, and ripe place for investment now. And we feel very enthusiastic about investing in Pakistan, and more companies and countries are starting to come. And that's a great thing. We need the investment to create the jobs for the young people, so the business for the economy to continue to grow.
So you emphasize that this is the right time to invest in Pakistan. How many people are working there, and what would you say to those who are healthy and wealthy over here in North America? What should they do, and when they can, and how they can invest in Pakistan?
Well, I think there's 2 things that people have to do. We have to change the narrative about the country. The narrative of the country has been quite negative over the last 2 decades or so because of violence, because of the small, very small minority of thugs who have tried to hijack the nation, its reputation, its culture, its economy, its faith. And that's going to be addressed, and it's being addressed now. Violence is down, the economy is more stable, and it's time for the Pakistani diaspora, the business class, to change that dialogue and to stop those people who spend their whole life telling us that Pakistan is a terrible place to do anything, let alone invest. It's simply not true. And that we need to now, as a diaspora, as a group of business people investing in with love for Pakistan, to actually take control of that narrative and to start talking about Pakistan in a reasonable and positive way as a great place to come and invest.
Beautiful. You said beautiful.
I commend you, Michael, and you know what? All the good words coming out of you means a lot to our viewership right there, and especially for Pakistan, people from Pakistan origin who are watching you right now. I mean, it is amazing. Amazing that, you know, I've been here for 43 years in Canada, but you were born here, studied here, you got that degree from McGill, and you are there in Pakistan right now. It is amazing story, and I only commend you for that.
Well, thank you for the opportunity. Pakistan Zindabad.
Pakistan Zindabad. Thank you very much.
तो ये था आज का प्रोग्राम आरफा जी, वंडरफुल गाना एंड वी हैड अ वंडरफुल टाइम एंड समीर डोसल साहब आपका बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया कि आपने
हमें
इनवाइट किया।
मौका दिया, बिल्कुल सही है। और टोरंटो बहुत वाइब्रेंट है, बहुत खूबसूरत है। हमें कोशिश हुआ करेगी कि हम मुख्तलिफ लोगों से आपकी मुलाकात करवाते चले जाएं। और किसी ने भी, रोम वॉज नॉट बिल्ट इन अ डे। हर इंसान ने जिन मसाइल से गुजर के इन मुकामात को हासिल किया, हम वो स्टोरीज़ भी अनकवर करेंगे आपके साथ।
और इसके साथ साथ हमेशा आप हमें स्टूडियो में बैठे हुए नहीं देखेंगे, हम अक्सर आपको टोरंटो की
हमें चलना फिरना भी आता है।
हम आपको टोरंटो की सरगर्मियाँ भी दिखाएंगे कि टोरंटो में क्या हो रहा है। और वो लोग जिन्होंने टोरंटो को नहीं देखा है, भाई यू मस्ट कम एंड विजिट टोरंटो। टोरंटो इज़ वन ऑफ द बेस्ट, आई विश आई कुड से द बेस्ट सिटी इन द वर्ल्ड, बट लिहाज कर रहे हैं हम, थोड़े लिहाज के साथ। रमज़ान का महीना अभी गुजरा है, तो हमने कहा कि ऐसा कहें हम कि वन ऑफ द बेस्ट
कोई शक नहीं। इजाज़त दीजिए, इंशाअल्लाह एक और मुलाकात में दोबारा आएंगे। तब तक हमारा आपका अल्लाह हाफ़िज़।